One thing that can lead you to unbelief is false teaching. The Christian faith is heavy on doctrine. So much so that the Bible has a great emphasis against false doctrine. And the reason is because when it comes to false doctrine, people's salvation are at stake. You can't be under the umbrella of salvation if you don't believe in the first place. And one thing that can lead you to unbelief is false teaching. Not every teacher who has some form of false doctrine is a false prophet. A false teacher specifically is someone who claims to teach God's truth, but presents and teaches untrue information about Christ, his work, his nature, his church, and about his second coming. The differentiation I'm trying to make is that there are some people who by ignorance have also unknowingly presented false teachings. Even though we don't classify them false teachers, false teachings are just as dangerous as false teachers. That's why Paul will tell Timothy in 1 Timothy 4:16, take heed to yourself and to the doctrine. Continuing them, for you will save yourself and those who hear you. Pay attention to doctrine. It is critical. At least we must agree on primary issues of the faith. On secondary, we might argue. Head covering, all those things, we might disagree. But any church that is a church of Christ, we must agree on the following: the accepted books of scripture, the nature of God, Trinity, the nature of Christ and his sacrifice, how a man is saved, the nature of man, male and female, the importance of the church, the coming of Christ. So how do you respond? Guard your hearts. Sometimes to protect your heart, flee, then pray for them. When you pray for them, you speak to the person. If they don't listen and lives are at stake, there might need to be a public declaration. You might not need to address the person, but you need to address the issue, so that the person that you know that is learning the wrong things can see the truth for themselves. While doing this, if it is just a false teaching of someone who is just ignorant, don't throw away honor. We don't owe false teacher that courtesy. Discover doctrine, learn it, and know it well. And there will be times when you'll be called upon to actually respond and correct people. Know your stuff and correct error when you see it.